CMPradio.net, man. Ew, my shirt. Why you ain't tell me? Anyway, we live. I know I look sleepy. I look cool. All right, yeah, you look cool too. Right. But we're live, man. This is CMPradio.net. You already know this is Uncomfortable Conversations. And tonight we're talking about unspoken resentment. And why are we talking about unspoken resentment? So in the last two episodes, we talked about attachment styles, right? Whether you're anxious, avoidant, secure, and how are those styles affecting or developed from your childhood? I think we hit on a couple different poignant parts. Absolutely. Right? We don't want to drag anybody too far, too deep into it. No, we're not on Live 365. We have an engineer on the other side of the board. It's first time. I don't want to give him too much to do, but we'll walk him through it and get him through it. So it's going to be a nice little journey we're on right now. Drea, how are you? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be
here. Yeah. I'm happy to be here as well. Check out the new space. You like the new space?
Yeah, it's nice.
Right? You really ain't going on a tour. You came right in the room and sat down, right?
It's a real good vibe.
It is. I like it. So, what's up, Ray? How you feeling? What's going on, everybody out there, man? Do me a favor real quick. Share this live. Go and like our page. Typically, I tell people not to look down and start their show, but I gotta share the live so everybody knows that we're live, right? Absolutely. So, like I said, tonight we're talking about unspoken resentment and the bitterness we bury, right? How and what does it do in your relationship? Like how do you have unspoken resentment? What is unspoken resentment?
Want me to talk about it?
I mean, you got your water. You over there sipping.
Okay.
Like, do your thing.
Those feelings that you got deep down inside that you have not addressed. Maybe you mad about something that happened in your relationship and you just like been holding on to it tight. And it's like, I want to say it, but I don't want to cause any more friction in my relationship. So I keep it deep down within myself. But the whole time it's boiling over. And it's causing your behavior towards your partner to just be a little foul at times.
A little foul?
Well,
I know every time I got some resentment about some things and I don't say nothing about it, I be mad. You feel me? And it's not just my partner that feels the effect of that. People outside, people at work, people that I'm passing by, you feel me? Like
right.
On the highway, beeping the horn, you feel me? If I'm frustrated, you feel me? Like, and I know that was me in the past, right? That's not me now. I actually like traffic.
Oh.
As long as I have enough gas in my car.
Okay.
Right. I love traffic because it gives me time to just sit and think. You feel me? There's not a lot of times where you're stuck somewhere and you can't really go anywhere.
Right.
Where you get a chance to just breathe and think about my next, when I get off, I got to do this, that. Because when I'm on the highway, I'm zooming. You feel me? Unless I see the police.
So are we focusing on resentment just in like romantic relationships or just relationships period?
Relationships period.
Okay.
I don't think anything that is always, people like to say I like to talk about relationships, and I do, right? Because I feel like that's the core. How you deal with people in not just in love, but in life is a relationship.
True.
You feel me? Like your business partner, it's a relationship, right?
Thanks.
Not speaking up for yourself when you feel as though someone is
cause resentment.
It causes resentment. It causes for you to think that there's beef when there is no beef, right? You know, most of us from this city have resentment towards a certain person, right? Or feel some type of way about a certain person. But that's because you never spoke to them.
Because they wasn't ready to have that uncomfortable conversation. Bars.
Listen, if you're not capable of having a conversation with someone that can upset them or have them feeling some type way after the conversation about themselves and about how you feel, then you're not really having a conversation, right? I spoke about this today. I made a video. I was talking about judgment versus constructive criticism.
Ooh, talk heavy.
And like judgment tears you down. Judgment leaves you feeling bad, where constructive criticism can help build you up, right? And people don't want to have a constructive conversation.
But you got to have emotional maturity to be able to take that constructive criticism. Everybody can't do that.
Say it again.
Everybody can't do it. You got to have that emotional intelligence.
Bro, and I get it. Everybody talks about it. They're equipped with it. You're really not. Mm-hmm. I've learned how to deal with people, places, and things, right? And I don't get mad. I don't get frustrated anymore. I don't allow that to take up my day, right? If it happened, I'm able to get over it real quick. And a lot of people aren't ready for that, right? They don't have the emotional intelligence that they think they have, right? So resentment can boil up, can wreck the best relationship, bro. You can, all because she didn't wash the dishes, all because he didn't take the garbage out, all because, and it's petty stuff that starts it, right? It starts with the petty stuff that you don't pay a big deal to, a whole bunch of time to, but it can grow,
Thanks.
right? It can grow to him forgetting to come pick you up on time. It can grow to her just not supporting you, and you're not. Why wouldn't you say something if your partner's not supporting you?
What about communication styles? Somebody's loud, the other person's a little bit passive or quiet. Listen, that can definitely cause resentment.
Absolutely,
communication styles are different. Misunderstandings, unnecessary misunderstandings.
Why did you yell at me like that? She talked to me crazy, and so I don't like her anymore. But you still.
When you start screaming at me,
Yeah,
I
go
used
ahead.
to scream back, but now, like, I don't scream back. But
Explain that. Why don't you scream back anymore?
Because nobody's hearing me when I'm screaming. Nobody's hearing what I'm saying. Even if I have a valid point, the fact that my voice is elevated and I'm being disrespectful.
Where's the bell at? Did I not bring the bell over here? Did I not move with the bell? Ding. I always believe that if you're going to yell anything at me, I'm not going to hear nothing you're saying.
And you might have like truth.
You might have points. Mm-hmm. You might be right about a couple different things that you're talking about, but I'm not going to hear nothing that you're saying because you're yelling it. You got to be able to speak it to me.
Facts.
And you got to say it soft. Like I said, my grandma used to say, you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. And I never understood that. You get more bees with honey or whatever. And it's like, yo, you have to talk in a way that a person receives it. Right? You can't think, this is how I talk. People tell me all the time, P, you talk harsh. I said, I'm a man. And I've heard it so many times to a point where I had to talk to my therapist. And I'm like, am I wrong for feeling that way? Am I wrong for feeling like I'm a man, so I have to talk stern, right? I have to be I have to be authoritative, right? Because I'm a man. I can't talk like a woman. You feel me? Now, if my partner wants me to talk softer or to her feminine side, then she would have to be feminine.
Facts.
You can't be feminine and masculine at the same time.
Well, I think we should have a little bit of both in us. Like,
explain, please. Please explain.
You know, I always say on Facebook, social media, duality. Too much of anything
is a bad thing.
It's bad.
Right.
So you need some femininity, you need some masculinity. But if you're a girl and you're too masculine, then that's a problem. You gotta have that balance.
But if you're a man and you're masculine, the amount of femininity in you, it should be like 25 to 30%.
I can agree with you on
right?
that.
And if you're a woman, the amount of masculine is about the same, 25 to 30%, right? I don't need you to be 50-50.
Nah.
You feel me? Like,
nah.
So when we go out, let's say we go out and I open the door for you and you looking at me like, why you opening my door? Is you a man? Let me know. Why you talking to me like that? I don't ever want to hear you say, yeah, because I'm the man in this relationship. You got me. I need to check myself. I don't ever want to question that. If I'm with a female, I don't never want to question whether or not are you playing? Are you joking? Is it serious? Like, we have to talk. We have to communicate because I don't want to have too much resentment about you being too masculine. Because, they say opposites attract. Mm-hmm. So if a woman is too masculine, what is her partner? Too feminine. You feel me?
I'm going to speak on femininity with women because I'm a woman.
Go ahead.
In order for a woman to be feminine, she has to feel safe emotionally. So if a woman doesn't feel safe with you, then you're not going to get that softness.
And I need you to describe what safe is.
Emotionally safe.
Emotionally.
Where you can be vulnerable. Because I'm not being vulnerable to someone that's like, raw, raw, raw. Like, no.
So how does that look for a man? Because if a man is a man, he will always be raw, 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 right? Unless he's in the house with you and you're giving him space to drop that.
Well, it's my responsibility as the woman to provide that safety for him. That's my responsibility. We're supposed to be safe spaces for one another.
Bars. So, in a space where you want your man not to yell, fuss, scream, and holler at you, you realize that you have to be softer than when you're outside.
Yeah, I learned that at 41, and I'm only 42. I'm just being real. I gotta keep it a beam.
Listen, I wish I had the bell in this joint. I would say bars. You feel me? Because I've learned that I don't have to be the man all the time. Right? I've learned that I don't have to. I'm just, you feel me? Like, all right, come on, we gotta get up. We gotta get this done. I'm realizing now that, I can be a little bit softer only in the house because I need for my woman to understand that I have emotions too.
Right.
You feel me? No, I'm not overly drenched in emotion. You feel me? Because it's not how a man is built. We're more logical than we are emotional.
Okay.
Women are more emotional than they are logical. See, all these things, they play off each other,
Thanks.
right? The more logical I am, the more you'll hit your emotional button and say, that makes sense, but maybe if we did it like this will make me feel better.
Right.
Right? And I'm like, maybe if we did it like this, it will work better.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we need to talk. We need to communicate. My man Will Taylor, shout out to Will Taylor, man. He be tearing Facebook up and causing all types of controversy. I love him. He posted something earlier. He posted a picture, and he's like, if you walked in the room after an argument with your girl and she was sitting on her panties, what would you do? I said, that's my girl, so I'm jumping in. Like, we'll talk about this later. Go make me a sandwich. And we can have a conversation over the beef that we had. You feel me? After I'm done. And he was like, nah, that's giving up. I'm like, no, it's not. That's talking. That's communication.
Right.
If she's in her panties and we just had an argument, she's doing that because she wants me to do that. But she's not going to tell me she wants me to do that because she wants me to do that, right? So I go in there and I do what I do. All right. I tap her. I say, yo, go make me a sandwich. Yeah, she gets up and she goes to make me a sandwich without an argument. I know we're not fussing no more. Now, when she comes back in with the sandwich, she's going to sit there. She's going to put her head on my chest, and we're going to have a conversation, a building conversation. That's how relationships are supposed to work. They're not supposed to be this unspoken resentment where you feel some type way because she said something, and you feel some type way because I said something. Now we not talking. You sitting in the room and your panties on. I'm in the other room feeling some type way, playing the game or watching the NBA, and we go 3-4 days in that same cycle.
But communication styles matter because it's like that might work for you, but that might not work for somebody else.
What you mean? What might work for you? What might work for me? The sex thing?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be in your panties if you didn't want to have sex. Why are you sitting in the room in your panties?
Because it's my house.
It's our house.
Well, it's our house.
So you sitting in the room in your panties and I can't come and get none? Look, you keep drinking the water. It ain't going nowhere. You ain't going to not be thirsty.
I'm just saying, but I mean, everybody's situation is different.
Nah, you're in the house. We're in a relationship. You're in your panties.
Because maybe that person is comfortable in their panties.
No, I don't know a woman that walks around the house like that and doesn't want something from her man. If you have an attitude, you're going to be in a full jeans, hoodie, sitting on the side of your bed, or nightgown, pants. I'm not doing that. You're not going to be sitting around flaunting it. Now walk in the room, butt all perked up. You feel me? And you got thongs on, so everything. No, let me get that.
Touche for some people. That's what I'm going to say.
You say some people. Panties does not equate to wanting sex.
Right.
Look, I agree with her. Well, then put your clothes on. Keep sipping.
Because you can be comfortable in your home. This is the home y'all share.
But we're not talking.
If you
I'm wrong.
So if you share a home, you're supposed to be comfortable. So if your person is comfortable walking around their underwear, that doesn't mean that they want to have sex. It doesn't. It just means they comfortable walking around in a house that y'all share. Yeah, and we beefing.
No, we ain't beefing.
Well,
I don't agree with beef. I don't do beef, y'all.
Okay.
I don't understand the point. Why can't we have this conversation? You're gonna fight me off of you because you're that mad? I did something that.
Sometimes people need their space.
Then leave. This is our space we share together, so we have to talk.
When you're ready?
That's when people talk.
No.
We're gonna talk when you're ready.
No, no. Oh, wait a minute. We got to come we have to have a middle ground. Like, come on now. It's not about when one person wants to talk. Meeting in the middle.
So how do we meet in the middle?
Maybe you both need to take some space.
Space brings opportunity. Opportunity brings more things.
You can't force somebody to talk to you.
You should always want to talk to your husband or your boyfriend. I'm in the house. You're in your panties. I'm coming in there. I'm in the room. That does not
qualify for someone to be walking around in panties to get touched. That does not.
You're my wife.
It doesn't. And
I don't understand. So I'm walking around butt naked, drink just swinging. You feel me? And you ain't going to want nothing. See, You sipping too much. You sipping too much. I'm walking around now. Now you in there in the panties. I'm walking around. Yeah, man. You come out in the living room.
That's just like, okay.
I'm handling myself.
I'm about to make it deeper. So just because somebody's walking around a certain way means that they want certain attention?
Right. You still going to bed naked. You go to bed naked. What you say?
Somebody walking around a certain way, like they're exposed, that automatically means they want to be touched.
You want attention if you're naked. If you're walking around and you
you about to make some people mad up on here.
Why? I'm trying to figure out why would you get? That's my assumption. Then cover up. That's why most women, right, when they're mad, they be covered up.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
It's summertime, right?
Right.
Some people like to, show a little bit more skin.
Mm-hmm.
People dress for themselves sometimes. People dress
for
themselves.
Nobody dresses for themselves. This is me dressing for myself. When I want to dress for someone else, I look a whole other way. My hair's cut. I'm right. You feel me? Like, I'm right for whoever. You feel me? Like, I'm not going to sit in a house. I'm not a woman, right? And I respect women 100%, right? You're going to sit in a house, argue with your husband, lay in a bed that y'all share together, and he can't come in the room and get none and then ask for a conversation later because he's willing to talk about it?
So let me clear that up.
Okay.
What if the person sleeps in the bed? That's their routine. They sleep a certain way. So
she said she going to bed naked, and it's going to slip in.
That doesn't, because you're naked in the bed doesn't mean that's
what's gonna happen. I'm trying to figure it out. You gotta make it make sense.
I don't agree with that, because
that's unspoken resentment. So now you're holding on to something because you feel a certain type way, and you're barring me from being able to with you, right? I can't do none of that with you because we having an argument. How are we going to fix what we're dealing with? When are we going to fix what we're dealing with? The space. I say all the time. I tell people, you can give people time to heal, but you should be able to come together. They say you shouldn't go to bed angry.
Okay, you should. I agree with that.
Right. So that's how I don't go to bed angry. I'm coming in there apologizing.
That's for you.
I'm coming in there apologizing. I'm eating it.
But you making it about you.
It's about us. You're experiencing it too. That's the one thing I understand, right? Let's make a baby. You're going to tell me it take two to tango, but right now it's all about me. See? Rub one out. And I ain't got a problem with that either. Right. Then you going to be mad. I'm going to sit there and rub it right out. No problem. And it's going to stay just like that. Give me the coconut oil. That's the best. Boy, you don't know? That night and talk in the morning. No.
Sex doesn't fix everything.
That's your soror?
Where?
Gigi.
That's Gigi. My homie. That's my
your
friend.
Homie. Oh, all right. You got to come up here, Gigi. We you feel me? I need to understand why if we have an argument, let's just say you were wrong.
Okay.
Right? And I come in the room and I'm saying I forgive you. Or better yet, let's say I was wrong.
Okay.
I come in the room and I'm saying I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Put you in your panties. And I slip them down.
But that's your regular routine.
We're not worried about your regular routine. The regular routine is that you always in your panties and we always doing it. Then you know what happens when you're in your panties. You know what happens when you open that space. It's open. You get what I'm saying? Like,
no, I don't.
For your boyfriend, for your husband, for the person that y'all share a house together. It's open.
Okay.
So what's the problem? Come on, don't sip. I need to take that cup away because you keep sipping. Because I need an answer. What's the problem?
I was once married, and when I didn't want to have sex, I did not have sex. I did not.
But you said you 41. You realized something that you didn't do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you have changed from that.
Yeah, but that something still